Hello, welcome back to our MekHQ campaign, Raven Acquisitions. In the last episode, we had quite an extended brawl, uh, basically a battle to the death in the city there, but we did manage to come out on top. We ended up with a nice chunk of salvage money. We're up to 25 million now. We started the campaign with about 8.5, if I recall, and that was back in March. Actually, no, that's not right. That was back in February. I'm sorry, back in February. So it's currently getting near the end of March. We do have two battles lined up here. One is an irregular force suppression. And I think we're going to send out our maneuver lance because we should still have a Vulcan in there. Hang on, before we do that, let's go to the repair bay. Warhammer needs some work. Yeah, it still needs that leg. So we don't have to worry about doing any repairs on that at the moment. So we will send out Baker Lance. Oh, it's already deployed. Did I just do that, or did I do that last time? I don't know. Or did that just count when I X'd it out? I don't know. All right, let's do this. This will be inside an urban thing. And we will have, I mean, it looks like our allies have more battle value than the entire enemy combined. So let us commence the drop. Hope everyone's enjoying themselves. You can see by my clock it's 6:30 a.m. here. Had quite a night. I would have recorded last night, except for the fact that we had some very windy weather and my power kept threatening to go out. So went to bed a lot earlier than usual, and now I'm up at this unholy hour. Can't risk the computer getting a power surge or anything of the sort. And we're just deploying because we know that we're fighting irregulars right now, which will be like transports and infantry. We're deploying for line of sight armor. Yeah, this Phoenix Hawk is not going to go anywhere near the fighting if we can help it. As a matter of fact, we're going to keep the Phoenix Hawk back here where it's hidden. We're going to hit deploy. It has that vulnerable right torso. What is this mech? It looks like an Orion or something. What is that? It is an Orion. Hey. Alright, we're going to pick the Phoenix Hawk and skip movement on that. Use it as the old initiative sync. And our Vulcan probably has some of our better anti-infantry weapons. I think it has a machine gun and a flamer. So that is, what do we got here? Weapons, machine gun and a flamer. So that thing can take down some infantry for sure. Just a question of how long it's going to take me to go over there, and will they be able to hide in some buildings in the meantime? If they do, then I'll be attacking the buildings. Need a 12 to hit, but hey, it's worth a try. Our Orion pilot is our best pilot in the whole unit, I remember, if I remember correctly. Skip. We got a little AC2 in here. Needing 9s to hit. Why not? And the Phoenix Hawk is doing nothing. Hey, look at that. That's amazing. Needs a 10, rolls a 12. Oh, never mind. I thought that was my Orion. Gosh, needs a 12. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought I needed a 12. Okay. Okay. All right. Okie dokie. This poor Phoenix Hawk really needs some work. We're going to skip moving on him again. We're going to march our little Orion down here. You know, I'm starting to really like this Orion. It's not my favorite 75-ton mech, but it's starting to get up there. I'm going to stop at this intersection and turn to the right. And of course, we're just dashing in with this Vulcan, because our goal here is to get within flamer and machine gun range. All right, needs 10s, 8s, 12s. Well, we're not gonna fire that 12. We're gonna save on the heat. Yeah, the Orion. We're still in the um, technically the end of the fourth succession war here, or the War of 39 just ended a few years ago. It's currently 3042. So there should be some new technology floating around out there somewhere. Cool. We're doing some damage to this APC. But while there's should be some new technology floating around out there, we just don't have access to it right now as very low-rated mercenaries. We don't have much money or assets. We don't really have any friends. I'll just pick that Phoenix Hawk and hit done. The Centurion. You know what? We're gonna push it in here, and we're gonna try to take down the vehicles while the Vulcan focuses on the infantry. And this Orion is going to step forward and stand on these guys, so no one can attack anyone in this hex. But what if I turn like that? No one can attack anyone in that hex, but I can do some kicking. All right. Well, no one to shoot, so the Orion will hold fire. The Centurion has no one to shoot, so he will hold fire. And then the Vulcan is going to twist and shoot at this infantry that's out in the open, because I think the infantry in the open, or I think this mechanized infantry, don't know if they can actually go inside a building. So we're going to shoot at this infantry while it's here, at least. Eights. You know what? Let's go. Let's actually go for the easier to hit numbers. So sevens. Well, you know what? We're going to stick with the eights because they are the more vulnerable of the two at the moment. And if they can get inside a building, that will be annoying. For a second there, I thought that was my Orion firing, and I was very confused. There we go. We took out. They went from 28 down to 10. Who the heck is shooting at my Centurion? I didn't think I had line of sight to anyone, but I guess I did. All right, let's kick this the heavy hover APC. They can get fast, so we'll hit it while it's vulnerable. Oh, you know what? I should have looked around better. That is entirely my fault. Just being foolish. Let's kick this APC. Needs a 6. And the other one's a mobile. There we go. We just stepped on one with the Orion and stepped on one with the Vulcan. Now, we are not really in any position to get good salvage from this mission until the enemy reinforcements show up. Let's see. I'm going to back up the Centurion. And the poor Orion's just also going to... Actually, he's going to walk forward. He's going to turn like that. There we go. I knew I was going to get attacked in the back. I should use my Phoenix Hawk to sync initiative. Oh well. Well, at least I don't have a lot I can attack that transport with. I can hit him with one arm. So we're gonna twist and hit him with the left arm. Hope for the best. That is annoying. Centurion. Just looking more closely, I don't know where that APC went, but we'll skip firing. And we're gonna twist and fire at this jump infantry. And we need 7s and 9s. Okay, well, in that case, we're gonna fire at this mechanized infantry, using 6s. It's a shame this Phoenix Hawk isn't in better condition. Hey, we immobilized the APC back there. But as I was saying, if we wait for the enemy reinforcements to show up, we'll have a shot at some salvage. I think we retain control of the battlefield here. We would, but they only have about 1,200 battle value worth of reinforcements. I'm not sure if it's worth waiting, especially since we've got some immobilized enemies here. We're gonna kick this mechanized platoon. Our goal is to destroy 50% of either of those forces. So once we get to 50, we'll just take the win and try to make it a quick one, if we can. So currently, infantry and irregulars. So the infantry's down to 74, the irregulars are down to 60. Oops, okay. For some reason, I was trying to swap back to another screen there when I was on the right screen to begin with. All right, the Orion, what's this guy here have? He has machine guns. So the Centurion, gonna run down here to this intersection. The Orion will do sort of the same thing. The Vulcan is getting a bit swarmed here. Let's see. I just need to make myself a harder target than that Orion. And then hopefully the enemy infantry will shoot at it and not me. All right. We'll help out with attacking the infantry. And then the Vulcan will shoot at these guys here on the ground. The Phoenix Hawk's just gonna keep on chilling where he's at. The goal here is just to get these two forces down to 50%. Its infantry's down, and the irregulars are down to 50%. So we just need to do 5% of battle value to the irregulars. We need to find the APCs or hover tanks or whatever they've got going on here and focus on those. Is this one of them? It is. It only has a +2 to movement. So let's get the Orion down here. Let's get the Centurions. Oh, hang on. Vulcan. We can jump over here. We can waddle the Centurion. Oh, we're going to walk the Centurion here. And all of our efforts are going to go into that APC. So if we can knock it out, we'll overheat them. We're not going to overheat, but we'll be at 4. And I'm going skip firing on the Centurion. And like I said, everything is going to go into the APC. Just trying to destroy it, or at least knock some damage off of it. There, that is it. It's done. Skip, skip, skip to Maloo, my darling. Okay. Yep, they have 0% left for the irregulars, and they're at 49% for the infantry. So we're just going to call this an easy win. If I could see what I'm typing. Victory. Oh, did I not hit victory? There. Victory. This should skip everything else. This is why I turned that option on, because if I miss the wrong button or whatever. Okay, there we go. We'll get hopefully a little bit of money from this. Not much. We can we retain control. Phoenix Hawk is still heavily damaged, but that is all from the last battle where he took all that damage to the right torso immediately. None of this stuff escaped. Basically, we're on top of it. You know, it's the battle's over. If we really want to machine gun all that stuff down, we could. Actually, we can say the jump platoon. We can say the undamaged ones would get away. They can scatter into the city if they really want to. And then APC. I don't know who killed those. Oh, one of them was crippled, so that was by the Orion. And I don't know what's with the other one. I think one of the other units. I think the allies killed them. So we'll issue an award. And we have another mission here. Let's save the campaign. This is an old habit. I realized where I got this habit from. This is from playing Rule the Waves 3. And the mission here is to reach the edge of the map. So we're going from south to north. And it's a C Delta map. So I don't know. I really don't like they were kind of fun, but we've had a lot of these types of missions. So maybe we can just get it done quick. I really want to get to the next day, because the next day is a Monday, and I want to check out the market for people, some personnel market. Maybe we get some new administrators or new mech warrior or something. This is a Phoenix Hawk. I kind of like the idea of running almost straight up this side of the map. Well, then we could jump. Is everyone jump capable? Yeah, we're good. So we will deploy over here. We'll deploy over here. Actually, deploy over here. And here. We are getting chased, and it's another Orion. But we should be able to get pretty far out ahead. This Cronus is our slowest unit, but he's still making 8 movement per turn. I think it's going to be the Wasp and the Phoenix Hawk that I'm going to try to get to the board edge. So the only thing they can have that can probably catch us is I think I saw a cicada or something. Oh yeah, they got cicada, they've got another cicada, and then this is a wasp. And then they have, what are these? A SRM carrier and a locust. Okay, well, we're going to keep on going. That Orion is going to be in some trouble back there with an SRM carrier in his face. We are being pursued. Got a locust on top of us here, so we can have I can twist and get my left arm on him. Needing 11. I can twist and get all my weapons on him. Needing 9s. That Cronus is pretty well armed. It's not bad. Not a bad mech, really. He's about to get kicked, of course. I can give him a punch. Well, there went the wasps. You got kicked in the torso? Oh, he must have been on lower ground back there. Can take a quick look. Hey, yeah, he was on lower ground and got schwacked right in the torso. I go like this. And then my wasp. He's just gonna walk. Give him some easy numbers. That Orion can hold his own for a little while at least. Get my left arm to bear again. Twist this way. I don't think my right arm will do anything. I can go this way, sorry. Fire. And then this is the needing 8s to hit that little locust. Wow, the Orion is gone. He's double gone. Killed by the Drillson tank. Kick. Alright, the locust is done for. His leg is missing. Now it's a race. Just a flat out race to get to the top. And the Cronus, oddly enough, is further out ahead of the Wasp, but the Wasp will get there. We'll get to the board edge first over time. I'm just going to skip firing. And really, if I can get far out enough ahead of these guys, we might just call it a win, because they don't have any realistic way of catching us. And the Cicada has a chance of catching the Cronus, of course. But the Cronus is pretty far out there ahead. And there's enemy reinforcements. But I don't think they'll be able to pinch us off from the edge of the map there. To jump over here. What is that? That is a grasshopper. That is a shadowhawk, I think. Ostrock. Wolverine. Striker. Well, either way. The Cicada lacks jump jets as far as I know. Alright, well. Cicadas are shooting my poor Cronus in the back. But once we get over the water here, we should be pretty safe from them. Cicadas cannot jump. Now we just leapfrog across all of this stuff here. We should be pretty hard targets to hit. I'm going to pick the Cronus first. Actually, I'm going to jump like this. Jump across like this. Just keeping away from these mechs as best as we can. Jump like this. Oops. Jump like this. We're not going to bother shooting at anything. It really doesn't matter. Do I kick him? Nah. He missed me. Now we'll use the Phoenix Hawk. Try to lure their attention away. That Ostrak cannot jump. And we're not bothering shooting. None of these mechs I can really break with a lucky hit. It's essentially over. Cronus is going to jump way out here, just making himself a harder target to hit. Okay. And if we can get to the edge of the table, the edge of the map, we're just going to flee. We're going to jump. We're going to jump. Skip, skip. Well, either way, I got to the edge of the map. It's over. That's all we needed to do. So we're going to call this one a victory. Say no. He does retain control of the battlefield. I don't know why. He can still crawl off the battlefield if he wants to. I don't know why they do that. Like, he's not irreparable or irrecoverable or a total loss. I don't know. I don't understand, but we're going to go with it. Locust, that was from the Cronus, I believe. Or no, the Wasp kicked his leg off. Alright. We reached north with the Wasp and the Phoenix Hawk. And we'll hit done. Yeah, I don't know why they say that's a total loss. Like, I don't understand. It's just a leg. He can still crawl. I don't know. Very curious. Let's mass repair. Of course, I have to select my units. Start mass repair. Done. I need more technicians. And now we check the area of operations. So we have completed the contract conditions. We have destroyed the designated targets. We have engaged hostile forces. The current scenario, it can last until May, but the objective raid is done because we completed it. All right, we need. All right, we finally got the leg for the Warhammer. And then we have nothing there. We need to order that one. That's for the Wasp. And then if we go to the repair bay here, none in stock, one in transit. Oh no, I thought we were good there, but maybe not. Okay. Either way, let's end the mission. We're completing the mission because we have finished the job. So we hit complete mission here. The outcome is a success. It's the objective raid. And it will typically tell you that you have to last, like if it wants you to go longer, it says you have to last until a certain date, like for like a garrison job or something. The enemy's offering us some personnel. Yeah, let's ransom off all these people. No one wants to leave. It's the end of the contract. So everyone's going to get some XP. Nice. All right. Now we can check out the contract market, which is empty. So we'll have to go to the end of the month essentially. So let's advance a day to Monday. They did find a leg. It'll be here in 123 days. We can check out the personnel market. Oh, there's an elite mech warrior. 3-3. Yes, we will hire you. We still want some mech techs. That guy's not great. This guy comes with a Shadowhawk, but he's a green pilot. He's a 6-6. Nah, we don't want to spend money on a Shadowhawk. The Shadowhawk's it's an okay mech, but it has like it's one of these 3025 designs, like one of these, like original designs essentially of BattleTech, where it's trying to do a little bit of everything, so it doesn't really do enough essentially. So let's check out our hangar. So we still have infantry that are on the way, and we still have some vehicles and stuff that'll be here soon enough. Like we'll get our convoy going. That'll be nice. All right, so we will skip ahead here. We will advance to the next week, and we completed the mission, so we get even more money. So new week. Not enough armor remaining. Task suspended. Interesting. Battle armor technician. We don't have, but aerotech we'll hire them in case we ever get an aircraft. Mechanic. Oh, here's this. This is what I was looking for. The personnel market. We can do. Let's go for mech techs. And then we'll close it up. And then we will advance another week. That should give us some new contracts. Employee turnover check. This elite Aztec is trying to go, but we can pay him or her an extra 160 C-bills to lower the target number to stay. So we'll just do that. We'll roll them. 160 C-bills is basically nothing in the grand scheme of things. There's an elite medic. That's kind of cool. There's a couple of mech techs. Even though they're green, we will take them. And a veteran mech warrior. Don't mind if we do. An elite medic. We'll hire him. Yeah, why not? And another mechanic. We will hire this one just for the sake of the fact that we're getting these convoys here soon enough. Hangar, they have arrived. So we need to activate them. Activate them. Just want to advance a day. Advance a day. We will activate. We'll advance another day. And this other truck is still on the way, so we need to hire some crew. So we'll hire the minimum complement. The drivers don't really matter that much for these convoys, but we do need to assign them technicians. So we're going to give them our most green people to work on the flatbed trucks because they are pretty much our most lowest tech units that we have. And then we will assign regular technicians to the prime mover. And now we have to go over here to our Reef Acquisitions TO and E. We have to add a new force. We're doing it, so we're adding it to the Ravens acquisitions, like the whole unit as this is like a parent force, and then this will be the support company. And then we can go in here, we can change the icon to, we'll copy that one and we'll paste it. We can go in here and change it. So now we kind of know what it looks like. So formation would be, what if we go with graphical? Strat ops. Okay. So this is like, we need like a, we need a cool looking support thingy. There we go. That'll do. That's, all sorts of stuff there. It covers that. Oh, dang. Okay, well, hang on. We have to backgrounds, mercenary. Okay, now we add we're gonna copy that one. We're gonna add a new force under there. So this will be the convoy. We open it up, we can see the convoy in there, and we will paste the icon. We will change the icon over to something. There we go. Transport. Look at that. That looks pretty cool. Now we add hang on, there's a mech here. Oh, that Centurion, it's out of action. So we add a couple of flatbed trucks. Then we add a prime mover. It looks like it's automatically, nope. So we need to go in and change the force to a convoy. So we go here and we change force type to convoy. And that means it won't show up here as a viable unit to deploy, but it still counts as our convoy. Now that we're in a new month, let's check the unit market. See what we got. So there's some archers for sale. I wouldn't mind having an archer, but we really need to pick up what we have in transit right now. So for the hangar, we have a Valkyrie coming to replace the lost mech that that died in the Scout Lance. We have a Warhammer on the way. If we check out our lances, so we're going to be replacing the Lost Mech and Charlie Lance. We have a Warhammer on the way, which we can add to Able Lance. We have potentially an Archer we could add somewhere. Oops, unit market. Pegasus tanks. Pegasus tanks are really cool. It's basically just a little speedy boy with a bunch of SRMs on it. And they have a lot of Pegasus tanks for sale, and they're quite affordable actually. They're under $1 million each. In fact, we could buy one for 95% off. Hmm. There is an Archer for sale at 95%. Only 10 heat sinks. Not the best, but it's still an Archer. Huh. Let's purchase. What is Drillson? The Drillson's pretty speedy as well. So what we could do, we could put together we could put together like a support lance of fast hovercraft, like a maneuver lance of some kind. We could certainly do it. We could go Pegasus, Pegasus, Saracen, maybe. We could go two Pegasus and a Drillson to get us started. There's a Saracen for sale on the black market. It's a gamble. We'd potentially lose 400,000. Let's try it. Oh, cool. We got it. Okay. So now that we have that for sure, we can get the Drillson that's a little bit cheaper. Purchase that one. We'll purchase the Pegasus, and then we'll grab this other Pegasus. Check the personnel market to see if there are any vehicle pilots. Not really. So we'll end up having to just hire whoever we can find, hire a minimum crew. Now we check out the contract market. Now that we are free agents here, there's only one job available to us that the Fedcom's offering. It's 66 days to get there, so it's not too far away. It's a 5-month contract. It is a objective raid. Estimated profit is 8.6 million. We're getting 60% salvage, and that's actual salvage. 100% straight support, and then 45% transport terms. That's really nice too, because transport tends to be one of your more expensive losses of finance in this game. Straight support 1.2 million. We're going to accept this job. Yes, please. It requires an estimated 16 tons of cargo space. We have 32 right now, so we'll take it. And this is the chance to mothball all of our units, which we could do manually, but this basically just does automatically. This sets our targets system, which is Concord. So it takes us 65 days to get there at a cost of about 4 million C-bills. We'll accept. We'll close this. Then we will begin traveling. However, what I want to do is parts needed report. We have a lot of armor that's needed. So let's order some armor in bulk. We'll order 20 armor. So that has been added to the procurement list. I also want to check out our warehouse. We basically have nothing in our warehouse really. We really don't. Oh, hang on. There we go. That's better. Okay. Just making sure that we have ammunition on the way. We seem to be pretty good here. We have like one. Let's buy a little bit of autocannon ammunition. We are using a lot of AC-10 ammo. And other than that, we seem to be pretty good here. I don't, these are just spare parts essentially, but the ammunition is the important part. SRM ammo. We have some LRM ammo, so we're good. We have some LRM 15 ammo. What about SRMs? Oh yeah, we're pretty good there. We're gonna need more SRM 6 ammo for our tanks, however. So let's order like 5 more of those. If we ever end up using the Pegasus tanks, we will need it. So now we're going to advance to a new week, and we should be traveling, by the way. Yeah, we got our route, so we're going to advance to a new week. Oh, we need an HR. So continue as ordered. So the personnel market is updated now. So we get some mech techs, an elite mech warrior. That's a very good mech warrior right there. All right, and now we need administrators. We need HR. So we're going to close. We're going to advance another week. Personnel market is updated. There's a couple of HR. We're going to hire, let's see here, in the command center. It says we need, well, you know what? We're just going to grab them both. Why not? Personnel market. Hire that one and hire this one. We can now support 120 personnel. And now we can go to the personnel market again, and we want admin command. So hopefully that'll help us once we get it going. That should help us with contract negotiations. If we can get any good ones. There's a veteran commander and another veteran commander and a regular mech warrior. Not that great. But what we can do with her is we can hire her, and then we can go to our personnel, to the mech warriors who are currently not working, like this green one and this green one. And what I think we can do is we can send them to an academy, I think. I think we can. So how's this work? Local academies, prestigious academies, military. We could send them to be a. We'll do that in Sky. Nope. How does this work? What if we. So this is on Solaris. Nothing to learn. Nothing to learn. Okay. I thought maybe we could send them to. They could earn leadership. That's kind of cool. I thought we could send them to like an academy and they could earn some technical skills. But we'll have to look at that a little bit more here. Education. Hmm. Okay, well, what if we send them to officer boot camp and are within the unit? They could gain leadership and tactics. But I would really like them to get better just at being a mech pilot. Well, what if we send them to combat college? There it is. We could help them become a regular pilot essentially. So we can send them there. It's going to cost us 19,000 C bills. It's going to take 1,200 days, but when they get done, they should come out of there with better skill. I mean, we have to invest. We really have to start investing into the future. Oh, okay. They failed the entrance exam. What does that mean? Oh, it's a 9 plus to get in. Nothing to learn. Well, you know what? Let's just try to get them in there. They failed. They failed their entrance exams. Oh no, we are not a great uh group of people here. All right, what if we do it with a veteran here? We'll do a prestigious. Oh, they have a lot more options. They could send them to the Northwind Military Academy. It's a 9 plus to get in. They have nothing to learn in terms of mech skills. Nothing to learn. We could send this one over. Let's just give it a try. Yeah. Oh well. All right. That's maybe I'll do that when like off time, off video. But let's advance here another week. The unit market is updated. The personnel market's updated. I forgot to swap my. So we'll grab one more command. Why not? Just because they're good. And then we can do unit market. Just have a look at what's available out there. There's a gladiator. A couple medium lasers, a PPC. The armor on it isn't quite maxed out. It's a 585, however, at 55 tons. So it's almost like a Wolverine that it's basically kind of like a PPC instead of a large laser or an AC. An auto cannon. It's a longbow. That is better. Boy, yeah, the armor on it really is lacking. This is the version where they essentially pile on more LRMs in place of the medium lasers. Okay, well, partisan heavy tank. Boy, that's a pretty good tank. It would take a while to get to us. Condor heavy tank. No, I don't like the light autocannons on there. This is a VTOL with an artillery strap to it. Kind of crazy. You don't really see many of those. Actually, we're gonna buy that. And I don't know what we're gonna do with it, but we'll have it sort of there for when we. I don't know. We'll figure out something though. Cicada. This is basically an oversized locust. An enforcer wouldn't be horrendous. Fast reload. Ammo feed problems. All right. You know what? That's enough for now. We're going to go ahead and call this one. We're going to save the game here. I'm going to go on to record the next episode after this, but I will see you all next time. I appreciate you for sticking around if you're still here.